Hey everybody, Robert Miller with MoparInsiders.com here, and I have the brand new UAW tentative agreement opened in front of me for the workers. And what we've been waiting for is this actual document to come out. What this part of the actual agreement is the future product and what's going on at the plants for the next 4.5 years here in the U.S. This document gives us an idea of what to expect, but it could change, so don't necessarily take it as it's going to happen. But it gives us a good idea of what future product to expect and what changes in the current product lineup, all built here in the U.S. This does not include Canada and other operations outside the U.S., but just the U.S. So I figured I'd go through it by plant and show you what to expect. As you can see here, there's an $18.9 billion agreement for investment in the current U.S. portfolio. So if we go down, we'll see a breakdown of all the plants. The first one we can see here is Belvidere. They're going to invest $1.5 billion in Belvidere for an all-new mid-sized trucks. And if you see the S on there, instead of saying truck, it says trucks. So it doesn't specify if it's a Ram product or maybe a Ram and a Jeep product. It doesn't say. All it says here is that they expect 80,000 to 100,000 units projected, and the truck won't be out or launched until 2027. So we're looking at 2024 right now, so it still will be 3 years. And these people who work at Belvidere, they're going to be laid off until that point, or maybe just before when they do the plant conversion to build this truck. So it's going to be a long time. But here we got the Detroit Assembly Complex. That's going to be a $1.5 billion investment. The Detroit Assembly Complex is Jefferson and Mack. And as you can see here, the current Dodge Durango WD will continue production through 2025. So not just 2024, but 2025. It doesn't say anything about Hellcat Durangos or anything like that. It just says that the product will be there through 2025. The current Jeep Grand Cherokee 2-row, which is the WL74, will continue through to 2027. The current Jeep Grand Cherokee 3-row, WL75, will continue on until 2028. Mid-cycle action for both the 2-row and 3-row Grand Cherokees will happen in 2024, meaning the changeover will happen in 2024, so more than likely a 2025 mid-cycle update. And what a mid-cycle update or mid-cycle action means is basically a refresh. So we'll see the same vehicle but just updated. Now we also see down here that while the Durango goes through to 2025, in 2026, we will get a next generation Durango, and its code name is D6U, and that includes an internal combustion version and a BEV, so a battery electric version in 2026. So the important thing we learn here is that the Durango name will stay. They showed off a stealth concept vehicle in Las Vegas to dealers, and on Mopar Insiders, I said that sources said that the stealth name was just not a gimmick, but just like an idea, like a test the waters kind of idea. But the Durango will stay. Next generation Grand Cherokee J6U will also include an ICE and BEV version in 2027. So the life cycle of the Grand Cherokee will be relatively short because the L model came out in 2021 and the 2-row came out in 2022. So very short generation for the Grand Cherokee. Toledo Assembly Complex, as you can see, it's both north and south. There's another $1.5 billion investment for that plant. As you can see, the current JL and JT Gladiator and Wrangler will continue on until 2028. Okay, we've seen the mid-cycle action Gladiator already at the Detroit Auto Show. That's coming. That's actually being tooled right now. But what we do get to see is that there will be a 4xe upgrade in 2025 for the Wrangler, and it gives us a date for when we're going to see the 4xe Gladiator as well in 2025. So that's a big news for those people waiting for a new powertrain for the Gladiator. The real kicker is, this is where I'm kind of seeing why I said this about the mid-size truck thing up here. Gladiators right now, there's not a huge demand for them. The high prices of them and interest rates and stuff, there's a lot of them sitting on lots. So much so that Chrysler's giving huge discounts on them. But if you look here, it says next generation Jeep Wrangler, code name J70, includes a BEV and an REPV, which is a range extended paradigm breaker in 2028. So there's nothing about a next generation Gladiator, but all electric Wrangler and what a range extended paradigm breaker is what the new upcoming Ram 1500 Rev XR will be. Basically, it'll be powered by a still have a kind of like a Chevy Volt kind of basic architecture from what we hear. Like, it'll still have an internal combustion engine that works as a generator. It won't necessarily power the vehicle, but it will work as a generator to recharge the batteries. So it might have a smaller battery pack, but with a gas engine, it will generate power to go longer distances. So there will be some kind of internal combustion engine, but it won't power the wheels. So that's what that means. And again, 2028, but no Gladiator. So that's why I'm thinking, it says trucks right there. I'm thinking it could be a Ram product and something else. Warren Truck, which currently builds the Grand Wagoneer, and Ram 1500 Classic, which is the DS trucks. Current Ram 1500 DS will continue through 2024. So for 2024, the Ram 1500 Classic was rumored to be discontinued after this year. It doesn't look that way. It will continue for one more year. One exciting thing is the Grand Wagoneer will continue on until 2028 in its current form. There will be mid-cycle actions starting in 2025 for a 2026 model. And we'll also see a second mid-cycle upgrade action for the Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer in 2027. So very quick changes with this vehicle, even though it's going to be going on for till the end of the agreement in 2028. There will be a couple of mid-cycle actions. You also can see that they're introducing a range extended paradigm breaker in 2025. So that will be the 4xe, or basically what we'll see is like the same kind of powertrain that is in the Ram 1500 Rev XR coming to a market in the Wagoneer. But what's very interesting here is the BEV model won't be introduced until 2027. So kind of funny that way. But we don't know the reason why, obviously. This is just what it says. But they are going to invest $600 million into that plant. Sterling Heights Assembly Plant, the most profitable plant for the company, which builds the Ram 1500. If you notice, they're going to do a $1.4 billion investment. The current Ram 1500 light-duty DT pickups will continue through 2024. Basically, 2024, meaning the 2024 model year, because we heard that dealers are actually going to get letters here pretty quick for build out for 2024 model year. The 2024 model year is going to be actually a short one. They are going to launch the update, which is the mid-cycle action update for the Ram 1500 light duty in 2024. So we hear it's going to happen maybe as soon as January. And we're going to see a brand new 2025 Ram 1500 with the Hurricane motor, the 3-liter inline 6, and that soon. I mean, real soon. If you notice, new Ram 1500 light duty DT, including BEV and the range extended paradigm breaker in 2024. Here's the funny thing about that. So originally we thought it would be going to Warren, because it just made sense with how many Wagoneers they sell compared to Ram 1500s, because Sterling Heights has been maxed out for, like, when they took and sent the Ram 1500 there, they thought they were going to be able to build a lot more than what they were at Warren Truck for half tons, but it really didn't turn out that way. So we figured, hey, they're going to probably build it there. A lot of people said, hey, that Warren Truck would get it because they're getting the battery electric Grand Wagoneer and the same thing. Basically, they're the same platform and everything. However, it looks like Sterling Heights will get it, but the thing is, we've been hearing that they've been having issues with development and that it might be kicked back a year. So we're not sure about 2024 just yet. So if we go back down here, you'll notice it'll say joint venture battery plants. Now we know that they're going to build 2 battery plants in Kokomo, as well as they're building one in Windsor. But these are just the U.S. ones. So we got one that's going to be built in Belvidere. They're going to put $3.2 billion investment into that, which is going to launch a new joint venture battery operation in 2028 with a yet to be identified business partner. It could be LG, it could be Samsung. More than likely, it'll probably be Samsung just because they're close. And that battery will actually be built for this mid-size pickup launch here. And it could be for other plants, but we know it'll be at least for the mid-size pickup. Kokomo, they're going to invest $6.2 billion in the 2 joint venture battery operations with Samsung SDI, with the first scheduled to be production in 2025 and then the second in 2026. That's nothing new. Stellantis has been very open about that. Belvidere is also going to become a new consolidated mega hub for Mopar. And what that means is they are going to close down, more than likely, 3 of their plants. Unfortunately, Marysville, which is near my hometown, Chicago, and Milwaukee. So they're going to take the concentration of the work from those and put them into this new Belvidere, Illinois plant. So that's a Michigan plant. That's obviously Illinois, and that's near Illinois. But the sad thing is the Marysville plant has a lot of history to it. They built Chrysler Marine stuff there forever, and it's the original home of the 426 Hemi engine from 1966 to 1971. So unfortunately, that's what it looks like here. If you notice here, they're shrinking everything down, calling them the new Mopar hubs. If you look here, we got a New York Mopar hub launch in 2025 with a consolidation of work from the New York and Boston PDCs. There's a Georgia one, $30 million in both of those, launch in 2026 with a consolidation of work from Orlando and Atlanta. Detroit Region Mopar Hub, basically $30 million, is going to launch in 2026 with a consolidation of work from Centerline and Centerline Warehouse and Packaging, Warren, and the Sherwood. That's a big one because those are, Centerline is where Mopar headquarters is. So Reno, Nevada, launched projected in 2027 with a consolidation from LA. So basically the LA one looks like it'll be closed and it'll be moved to Reno, Nevada. And we also see one in Central Texas launched. It'll have the work from Dallas. So all those will have $30 million investments each, except for the mega hub in Belvidere. So that's where those 5,000 jobs, those additional 5,000 jobs for the battery plant and for that is what we're going to see. Here we go. Kokomo Casting, $160 million investment in that. We're going to see continued production of various engine blocks and components, transmission cases and components and chassis components. Launch of WL and LB cross members in 2024. Now, if you're familiar with product codes or platform codes for Chrysler, LB is the new Dodge Charger. WL is the Grand Cherokee. So they're going to build cross members for them. They're going to launch an electronic drive module gearbox cover in 2024. Launch of a GME T6, which is the Hurricane engine, oil pan in 2024. Now, launch the EP6 bed plate in 2025 and launch the EP6 block in 2025. EP6 is the new, well, it's not new, it's a European Stellantis motor. It's a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder engine from Peugeot that will be finding its way in various, at least 2 products that we know of here in the US. Now, Stellantis has said it's 2 products. We know that it's probably going to be in the next Jeep Cherokee, not Grand Cherokee, but the next Jeep Cherokee, which will probably be launched in Mexico. We also see a launch of eMotors housing and cover in 2026. eMotors is a joint venture. Those are your EDMs. So Kokomo engine, current product, GMET T4 DOHC will continue into 2026. So that right there is basically your GME T6 or T4 motor, which is your 2-liter turbo engine. That is in a number of products. Jeep Wrangler, it was in the Cherokee. It's in some Alfa Romeo products and stuff. The Hornet. A lot of that T4 engines that are for the US, so basically Wrangler and Grand Cherokee 4xEs and stuff like that, will continue production until 2028. Kokomo transmission, $450 million investment. Current product, the 850RE Gen 2 will continue until 2028. 850RE is 8-speed automatic transmission for V6 products. So that will continue on. Current product, SI EVT, which it will continue until 2028. That right there is the E-Flight, was what they call E-Flight transmission for, it's the hybrid transmission for the Pacifica. So that will continue until 2028. They're going to launch a new 880 Gen 4 8-speed automatic transmission in 2024. We still don't know what products that's going to be in, but nonetheless, that's what they're going to launch. They're going to introduce electric drive motor gearbox covers in 2024. Now, Indiana Transmission will get $900 million. Their current product, the 948TE, will continue until 2028. Current product, the 68RFE, will continue until 2024. Now, a lot of people know what that 68 RFE is, and that is the transmission for the heavy-duty Rams that everybody complains about. If you look, yes, 2024 looks like it's going to be done. We heard that the Ram heavy-duties will probably get an update in 2025. We wouldn't be surprised if they outsource something for a transmission for the 2500. So stay tuned for that, but that's going to be big news there. Launch phase 1 of electric drive motor gearbox machining and assembly in 2024. Launch phase 2, same thing in 2025. Launch e-motor assembly in 2026. So they're going to be building EDMs there. Let's see here. Trenton engine. Pentastar Classic continues through 2024. That was the original Pentastar. Basically, there was no upgrade. There was an upgrade, done a few years back. That's what this one is. This one will continue on until 2028. Now, there's rumors going on that the Pentastar will stay in products like the Ram, but we are not sure yet. But this is a good indicator that not only will it be for minivans and other products, but the Pentastar should stay around for quite a while. Dundee engine, both north and south. Now here's the interesting thing. Here's the new GME T4 Evo. This is the next generation of the 2-liter turbo. This one's supposed to be a high horsepower version of it. 2024, so we get a launch of that. They're going to spend $770 million upgrading that plant. They're going to launch the EP6, which is that 1.6 liter engine that we heard in 2025. That's the one for the new Cherokee coming up, and something else. They're going to introduce production of Stella frame and large battery trays in 2024. So that's those battery trays that we're going to see in the Ram 1500 Rev, and also eventually the Wagoneer. And we're going to see battery trays for probably the Dodge Charger and stuff there as well. They're going to introduce production of the Stella large beam machining in 2025. So that's going to be those new, like, Charger, whatever is coming out for Chrysler. They said they weren't going to build the Airflow in its current state, but they're going to build an SUV on it. The Jeep Recon, as well as the Wagoneer S. Toledo machining, $270 million. Current 850RE torque converters will continue to be built until 2028. 948TE torque converters will continue to be built until 2028. Current heavy-duty truck steering columns will continue to be built until 2028. So we will see an update for the Ram heavy-duty trucks, but we know for a fact that that current cab and configuration even though it's the 4th gen, just been updated in 2019, that truck will continue in its current cab state, at least, or platform state, until 2028. Current Jeep Wrangler Gladiator Super Module will continue until 2028. Introduced production of Stella large front cradles. Introduced production of Stella medium cradles. Introduced production of half shafts. Okay. Now the last two. This is what Sterling Stamping, which is located right near the Sterling Heights Assembly Plant. It's going to get a $165 million investment over the next 4.5 years. They're going to continue products to support Detroit Assembly Complex Jefferson, Warren Truck, Toledo, and Sterling Heights Assembly facilities. Now the Warren Stamping Plant, it's going to get $85 million investment, and they're going to introduce introduction of future products to support Detroit Assembly Complex Jefferson. So those will be the next generation Durango and Grand Cherokee, Warren Truck, which is the Wagoneer, Toledo, which is the Jeep Gladiator and Wrangler, and Sterling Heights Assembly and other North American facilities. Now, here's the sad part here. If you read Mopar Heartburn, the company gave us two choices for Mopar: to either consolidate facilities and gain jobs, or close facilities and lose jobs. The choice to consolidate these facilities was difficult, but we came out of it with the elimination of the lower wage tier at Mopar, a guarantee of job security, and the right to bargain for an expanded moving allowance beyond the $37,500 we already won. So that tells us right there that those plants that we talked about, those Mopar hubs, these ones will be closing. And then they'll be moving into these, unfortunately. So like I said, I'm really upset about Marysville because it hits so close to home. If we go down here, it talks about the future of the battery plants. Nothing too new there, but nonetheless, we get to see that, again, there's a new generation of Durango coming. That's a huge news for Dodge fans. We'll have to wait till 2026, but the current generation Durango is still a pretty good vehicle. I was shocked. I heard about this beforehand, but I was shocked that they're going to change the Grand Cherokees out so quick by 2027. The midsize truck thing, like I said, trucks, I still don't know if they're going to do two different brands. I would think so, maybe, with the way it says trucks, all new midsize trucks. It's just how it's worded, because like I said here, Gladiator, right? But there's nothing about a Gladiator after 2028. So we could see the Gladiator move. And then the Ram 1500 Classic, basically continuing on through 2024. That was a big thing that I didn't hear about. So anyways, that's what's going to be coming down the pipeline for at least the U.S. operations. If you have any comments or questions, make sure to check the website, moparinsiders.com, or leave them in the comments below. I'll take and see you in the next video.